What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiancé video, and this one is all about Hamza. Now, when it comes to Hamza and stuff in particular, he's someone that, at least on this channel, has been defending quite a bit, purely because Memphis is always running completely wild. But in the most recent video that I did make about Hamza involving the Memphis, some people came out in the comments section to say that, I don't know if I'm really feeling, if I'm really going to fall for Hamza's act. And some people are basically calling him out saying that they feel like he's playing this role of a victim, when in reality, he just may be playing a whole agenda game of trolling. But before we get into that though, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. And of course, if you want to become a subscriber, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button. It's the big red button. Next to that is the freaking like button, which you must click to help the channel grow within the algorithm. And also please make sure you leave a comment. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you subscribe, notification bell's on. Notifications guarantee that you're always notified whenever my lovely self, or maybe my unlovely self, uploads. Depends on how you want to view me, right? But with that being said though, Hamza, we're going to start off by going to Hamza's Instagram account, because recently, well, 17 hours ago to be more specific, he came out obviously with these in stories. Now, the reason why we started off with this one is simply because Hamza is someone that we know for sure, always wanted to live that big city life. And the matter of fact is, since he's moved to America, he's obviously broke away from Memphis, or they're broken up, whatever's happened, and since then he has obviously moved into that city life that he wanted, which obviously does bring the question to a lot of people in terms of his behavior. Now, moving on by that, obviously his cheeky little video of his view showing off obviously him enjoying his life, which is completely fine, understandable. But the following one is then a picture of a child that of course is not his child, hence the reason why I have unblocked the picture and he has unblocked the picture, and that moved way too quickly. But as you can see here, he's got crying emojis. The crying emojis obviously represent the fact that he's upset and he's sad that he's missing his own child, which is then followed by this picture itself in particular by saying, I'm tired and very sad. Now, just going back to this picture itself in particular, the most recent video that I did make about Hamza was him posting a picture of him and his baby girl. And in that picture, in that picture itself in particular, or in that post, or in that video, shall I say, I stated how maybe these pictures are outdated. Maybe the pictures are the ones that were made when he was actually in contact with his child. And this is him showing us that he's clearly missing his child. And then fast forward now, we're seeing images of him showing a baby crying and him obviously with sad emojis. And then obviously confirming that he's tired and sad because clearly he missed his child. Now, because of that, some people do speculate and wonder what the hell is actually going on, because when him and Memphis broke up, he was still continuously at that time posting pictures of him and Memphis. And now obviously he doesn't see his child, he's now posting pictures of him and his daughter. And people are thinking that maybe the reason why he's doing this is probably because, well, he wants to look like he's a saint and as if he's not the one who is in the wrong. But let's get into some of the comments that I did get in my most recent video about Hamza and Memphis, and we can really dig down deep. Does that make sense? I don't know, it doesn't matter. But we can really dig deep. That's it, dig. Now I botched the whole freaking thing. Anyway, now we can dig deep into those comments that we got in the comment section. Yes. Now, we'll start off with this one itself in particular, where this person came up as saying, when will Hamza post this side of the story in Arabic and let people translate for themselves? In my opinion, they are both lying and using the kid as a pawn in their sick games. And this is the thing, there is that possibility that that might be something that is actually happening. You know, I don't want it to be happening. I don't wish that it's happening, but it's something that might be happening, because at the end of the day, the way the things are going tick for tack, it just doesn't seem right. And from the very beginning, I've always said that I really hate how this is going to affect their daughter. And I really hate how maybe Memphis' behavior pre-Hamza has already affected her own children. And now he's been included into the family. Lord knows what's happening, because at the end of the day, Memphis has got two other kids now who have had to experience one the kids doesn't even have a dad from what I understand, and the other one obviously has a dad who's obviously looked after both of them. But then Memphis went and found a new guy, okay, and it's just a mess. You know, the man of men that they're probably seeing Memphis with must be just disgusting and disturbing and really messing up themselves for their futures. But hey, the life we live with some parents and some adults is just disgusting. But let's move on to the next comment. In this one itself in particular, this person came out saying, Hamza's learning to become a master manipulator with his social media platforms. Don't believe everything you see. Hamza and Memphis are top-notch users. So here's the thing. Why is this comment here? Why would someone say this? I mean, I can understand it. I can definitely dig deep into this one and say to myself, well, if we look at it, at the end of the day, Memphis got what she wanted in terms of flying to another country to meet this guy, and when she got there, she had every intention to make sure that she married him at any means necessary, and she got that. Now, also at the same time, the pregnancy thing, that is still hit or miss because we don't really know who the father is. But in terms of Memphis portraying what she wanted, she definitely got that. Now, also at the same time, though, Hamza always wanted to come to the States, and when he came to the States, he also wanted to live in a big city, which is something that a lot of people who want to go to the States want to do, because when they watch TV, all they see is big city lights that look absolutely amazing. And believe me, they do look amazing. And believe me, they probably are. But the fact is, if you're going to meet someone online that you're generally actually going to want to be with, you should respect exactly where they live and live with them there, especially if you're then going to have a child with them. Allegedly. I was going to put that in there because you never know, Memphis, right? So at the end of the day, the fact that we're seeing him also portraying a lifestyle that he wanted, as well as her portraying, as well as her going and getting what she wanted, it does kind of fit the narrative to a certain degree that both of them were users to each other, but now there's been a result of a child being involved, which is obviously where it becomes absolutely ugly and unfair. You know what I mean? But if you think something different, then please do let me know. But let's move on to the last comment. Now, this one itself in particular is a longer one, as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen. This one starts off by saying, Hamza is a troll. He was also posting pictures of him and Memphis after she had already made it clear they broke up on her page. Recently, he's been posting pictures of himself nonstop on Chicago, looking very happy, thinking he's some kind of model now. And to be fair, that is quite accurate. To be fair with him, he always taking those pictures as if he's the next Calvin Klein model, you know what I mean? But hey man, who doesn't want to be that, hey? But let's continue. He was also pushing Memphis to move to a big city as soon as he moved to Michigan. The texts were released between Memphis, and Hamza's sister confirmed that he hated living in Michigan with Memphis and his kid. So posting these old pictures doesn't necessarily convince me that he wants to be a father and see his kid. She also said he was on the phone all day and never even changed a diaper. He seems to love the attention and comments on his IG. Seems to me he's right where he wants to be in Chicago and where he intended to be from day one. Y'all are falling for the okie dokie with this guy. And you know what though? I absolutely agree with this, to be fair with you, because there is a lot of points in it that do fit the narrative based on what Memphis has said and based on obviously how based on also how Hamza has behaved. Because if we go back to the clip that was obviously leaked with on the tell-all, where obviously Memphis was screaming and shouting and her child was there crying, Hamza was there too, but he did nothing to pick up his child and remove his child from the scenery. He literally just stood there and he didn't even do anything to like the whole thing calm down. And that itself in particular was something that I did point out at the time that just wasn't a good look at all on Hamza's behalf, because at the end of the day, if you know your woman's gone completely berserk, you got to get your kid out there and protect your kid from your woman. You know what I mean? When she's obviously in a mood, because at the end of the day, ain't no one perfect. I mean, don't get me wrong, for me, myself in particular, would I ever want to raise my voice around my child? Hell freaking no. I wasn't raised that way. I didn't raise myself that way. You know what I mean? And most importantly, whenever I did teach kids, I definitely didn't shout at them for sure, because it's the most pointless thing that you could ever do. But the grand scheme of it is that not everybody has that ability, and Memphis is definitely one of those people. So therefore, Hamza should have been man enough to say, you know what? I know you're not going to calm down, so I'm not going to tell you to calm down. Just give me the baby, and I'll let you guys keep going back and forth. But no, he didn't do that. So to be honest with you, the fact that that statement says, or it's come out that he didn't change a diaper, I highly do believe that, to be honest with you. And I think, to be honest, at the same time though, it is time that, you know, I definitely did play that devil's advocate kind of role as well. Because at the end of the day, we can never neglect that regardless of how ridiculous and annoying Memphis is, we can never forget that at the end of the day, this moment in time, Hamza doesn't seem to be pulling his weight enough, if you ask me, because the way I see it, he's obviously out here enjoying his best life rather than putting more energy into seeing his child. Because the reality is this: if I wanted to make a big move to the States, for example, and I had a child there, believe me, whatever dreams, aspirations, whatever things that I had in my head, they are out of the window until I make sure that my child is in a position where I can actually see my child whenever the hell that I want to. And ideally, that would be more days in a week than there are less. When that makes sense. That would be more than, and I would make sure it's more than half the days in a week. It's 7 days in a week, so therefore it has to be at least 4 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That sounds better now, yeah. Yeah? Okay, whatever. Yeah, what do you know? Two and one and one is one. No, it's not one and one. One and one is two. Oh, one and one is two. Sorry. One times one is one though. I'm so silly. But the fact is this though, ladies and gentlemen, the way I see it, and I think if we're really putting things together in terms of Hamza originally posted pictures of him in Memphis when they were not together, that didn't exactly look right. It definitely does feel like a manipulation kind of game. And then him posting pictures of him and his child to then later on post pictures of him saying that he's tired and he's sad, it does contradict a lot of things. And to be honest with you, he doesn't look tired. I mean, let's move the side to the side for a second. In his pictures of him chilling and modeling, in fact, let me show you these pictures of him on his Instagram chilling and modeling, if you dig what I'm saying. So as you can see here, this is obviously him enjoying his best life. You know what I mean? Modeling, does it look tired to you? Nah, looks like my man is enjoying that life. And then you move on to the next one, it's the same thing, you know what I mean? Enjoying that life. Look at him with the glasses and that. Okay, Mr. Flex and all them kind of things. Okay, I see what's going on here, Mr. Playboy. Trying to get the attention of all the ladies in America, in Chicago and all that. So to be honest with you, I mean, if we're looking at that, my man doesn't look tired to me. And definitely doesn't look sad at the same time. But hey, sometimes you can fake it for the camera. But he's not getting paid for these pictures, so I don't see him faking it. But who? Hey, who knows, man? What do I know? I'm just making the videos, if you dig what I'm saying. So I can definitely see the other side of this thing of where both Memphis and Hamza are literally just both in the wrong, and both of them are just playing mad games right now just to be center of attention. Obviously, it seems like a good cop, bad cop type situation. Memphis would take all the negative comments and also all the negative attention, whilst Hamza takes all the positive attention. But in reality, both of them are just being as bad as each other, and that is something that we have to put out there and make it into a real possibility. But nonetheless, though, you let me know what you're thinking in the comment section, and we'll talk about it. Like, subscribe, and peace.